Translated, that means, welcome, friends. This is Archangel. You know, as human males, we are loathed, abused, and used for our labor, provision, and our protection, then tossed into the trash when we fail to produce any more. On top of that, males are the deeper feeling of the sexes, despite all truculent assertions to the contrary. Still, males are all alone. Males are universally denied affection. Females only grant illusory affection upon males if they provide utility, and males, we antagonize and abuse each other. We are pathetic drones that view all other males as reproductive competition. They are the enemy. What kind of sick, tormented existence is this? Well, there is one mercy in this malicious reality for males, that of canine companionship. There is a reason they say dogs are man's best friend. Not hamsters, not gerbils, not fish, not felines, not salamanders. Oh, and not human females either. Nope, it's dogs. And dogs are not coined human's best friend. They are man's best friend. You see, they are a rarity in that they truly feel love and genuine affection for human males. Now, whether dogs truly hold affection capabilities or caring and feelings towards others, or whether they are simply incapable of malice and deceit by virtue of a lack of ego or self-awareness which leads to introspective thought, these are the only academic variables. Still, the point is that dogs care on some level about humans, which is gratuitously demonstrable by the numbers of dogs who have risked their lives for humans. And you would think that being a lower creature of limited consciousness compared to humans, in theory, dogs should be more susceptible to and driven by instinct. Chief among them is survival, which means not risking their lives for any other creature, especially one that buys generic brand dog food, picks their nose while watching TV, and gets angry when you put your nose in the crotches of their house guests. I'm sure materialist scientists or strict evolutionists or even zoologists are chomping at the bit to tell me how this is all easily explainable within the conventional frameworks of biology and the chemical paradigms of physiology that science has proffered. Most will revert to genetics and instincts as ample reasoning for canines' showing of affection towards human pack leaders. However, anybody who has or ever has had a dog knows that there is so much more to them than we understand. Moreover, dogs are so analogous to human males. We are both indoctrinated and taught or trained to behave a certain way. We both are deeply caring, courageous, and protective. Dogs get abused, yet still love. Males get abused by females, yet still love them, service them, and are happy to see them wagging their metaphoric tails even as wounds are still fresh from other females. How do you think we came to say men are dogs? It may be a literal observation. Males are neutered, trained, and abused, even owned, and because of their relatively shortened shelf life, as a result of gynocentrism sucking the life out of them. Thus, when a male kicks the bucket, no problem. Just get another shovel. They are cheap and easy to find. Furthermore, we expect males to behave like dogs, to get mistreated yet come back for more with tails wagging. And most males do exactly this. A male meets the business end of a female. He gets burned, yet he goes to another female with his tail wagging, and then another after that as he unicorn hunts. Males roll over like dogs to expose their underbelly to females with absolute trust, and males are made to be emotionally chained to the tree of isolation and left there. There are so many analogous parallels between dogs and males. Even still, males, like dogs, are miraculous and wondrous creatures used for the whims of others. It's heartbreaking to see images of homeless males with dogs, because this is the only creature that truly cares about them enough to live homeless in squalor, hostility, and hazard just to be near their male. These furry little angels may be the only mercy these discarded, forgotten males receive. That two beings have been cast out and discarded is a horror That two discarded beings have found each other, this is beautiful. Animals have the power to melt the most hardened heart. There is inmate and youth programs which utilize animals to reach and release the rage of devalued males who have acted out or misbehaved. We have been fed lies about love and romance and female nature. Males have, their entire lives, been indoctrinated with romance culture of love and super special bonds between the sexes. We receive programming about love and loyalty, fed fairy tales about unconditional, through thick and thin, till death do us part special connections between males and females. Males are brainwashed with romance propaganda, and so males obviously gift females with their tender hearts and feelings. However, unlike the fairy tales that they are fed, they are met by reality and rebuked. Yet, dogs will not mock or betray male feelings, and juxtaposed to the human female, dogs actually reciprocate male love because they actually like us, and not because they are trained to extract something from us. Dogs return the love that males wish females would actually reciprocate. Dogs show genuine affection to males. They don't care how much money you have. They don't care about your bad breath or the dirty dishes in the sink. They don't care if you walk around naked dropping air biscuits or if you return texts. They are happy simply to jump in the front seat to take a ride or to go for a walk. There are many animals that genuinely communicate love to humans, yet dogs seem to be the most expressive, with individual personalities as different as human beings, if you really take the time to observe them. Some are super friendly, some are stoic, some are just flat out loving and adorable, some are obnoxious, and others possess startling intelligence. I've tried cats, but really if I wanted to cohabitate with a creature that acts like I am there to serve it, well, yeah, I would look into a traditional relationship with a human female. No offense to cat lovers. There are 2 or 3 cool cats out there, but in general, cats annoy me almost as much as human females. The attitudes, entitlements, the fake purring when they want something from you. In fact, cats imitate perfectly the human female. And in fact, many a cat expert has stated that cats do not genuinely love their humans. They use them for provision and are perfectly content without them. Well, gee, how curious. This has confirmed things I've noticed about felines. They have come programmed with some form of feed me, change my litter box, then piss off. When I want something from you, I will find you and stick my butt in your face at 3:45 in the morning. And cat lovers, even knowing that cats' affection is manipulative, they still love cats and grasp at this conditional companionship, just as many males know that female affection carries subterfuge, yet they still grasp at this fake conditional companionship for as long as they can before they get burned and have to find another one, and then another one, and still another after that. The best experiences most people usually have with cats are when they are an accessory pet, like having a dog and a cat, or a ferret and a cat, or 2 dogs, 2 cats, and a ferret, because you have the dog for genuine love and companionship, and the cat is there as entertainment. The cat has to try extra hard for your attention since they are competing with the dog. So, about a year ago, I parted with my friend and constant shadow of 10 years. His name was Zeus, and he was a truly empowered male. His worth came from inside. He did not need a female. He was contented by himself. If a female dog did come along and she was friendly, sure, he might play with her for a while. If she was hostile, he would not hesitate to beat her down. He did not take any crap. He had a heart of gold. He enjoyed life and he played like a puppy right until his exit from mortality. It's very telling how many people have continually asked me, "So, have you got another dog yet?" Please, like getting over the loss of a friend is that easy. It's funny how we treat dogs or pets in general just as we do males, as commodities. Your dog dies? Just get another. Your male fails to produce utility? Yeah, get rid of him. Just get another. It really is that easy in the minds of humans. Use one or many males at a time, then just get another. No worries. Zeus was an amazing match. He was so in tune with me and my personality. He knew when it was bedtime, when it was potty time, when it was time to put his head on my knee because I had had a hard day. He was beautiful with amazing physical ability. He would routinely run 20 to 30 miles a weekend up and down mountain trails beside me as I rode on a four-wheeler. He once swam a 20-mile stretch of the Snake River as I floated leisurely on an inner tube right next to him. He was fearless, chasing down moose and scrapping with mountain lions prowling our campsite at night. His desire to please was inspirational. One time I was exercising him. His exercise was running next to the car as I drove. Yeah, that was his treadmill. We were on a desolate stretch of road. He was running right next to the car as I drove. At one point, the road went from asphalt to gravel, and I noticed that soon after he started lagging behind. So I slowed my speed and started to shout at him, "Zeus, come on, hurry up, let's go." He was still running, though he was a few car lengths behind me. And as I watched him running in the side view mirror, I noticed the gap increasing. So I finally got annoyed and stopped to let him catch up. When he finally does, I was about to start bitching at him for lagging behind when I see him trailing blood, and I realize the road did not turn from asphalt to smooth pea-pebble river rock, but rather to jagged rock that has been crushed in a machine. Very angular and sharp rocks. You would tear up the soles of your shoes just jogging on this type of surface. His paws were bloody messes, and rather than stop running and get off this barbed wire road surface like most creatures would do, he kept running, tearing up his pads with every step because I told him to. He continued running on this shark-tooth road surface because I wanted him to. Yeah, I felt horrible. He would bark in his sleep. He was amazingly intelligent, and he was an actor. For instance, in the wintertime, when it was cold outside, he would shiver when I looked at him to get sympathy from me and treats. Yet when I turned away or went back inside the house and left him outside for a few minutes, I would peek through the window and he was there, just sitting, plain as day, no shivering, just eyeballing the neighborhood for cats. Yet if I opened the door and I looked at him, boom, all of a sudden he'd start shivering again. Yeah, it was... he was a ham. He would smile, he had his own version of talking, and he had his own way of getting around my rules. I would not let him get on the couch. So, in order to get around this, he would stick his butt on the couch, yet his front legs remained on the floor. So I allowed him to do this. He was very in tune with my thoughts. There was this one time when this girl came over to visit me. Now, I was not interested in her, but she wanted to get with me. And at one point in the evening, I am sitting on the couch and she is sitting next to me. And I am feeling anxiety because I know at any moment she is going to try and make a move. And I will, of course, have to refuse her and she will get her feelings hurt. And I just did not want to deal with any of this. And so sure enough, she starts putting her hand on my leg. And almost as if on cue, Zeus walks over, puts his butt between us, and drives himself in reverse onto the couch, forcing his way between us. Yeah, it was, wow. It was just uncanny at the perfect moment. So we had a chuckle, and she ended up leaving, and all was well. He never had anything less than caring for me. If anything, I failed him with neglect, or by venting my anger at him when the gynocentric male devaluing world outside tore me down. There were many times he was the only stopgap between me and total self-destruction because of the hardship caused by my horrid curse as an expendable murdering, raping plunderer. I isolated myself from society many times, and when I found myself level-headedly comparing and contrasting suicide methods, inevitably I thought about Zeus. He depended on me. I was his world, and that would stay any thoughts of chaos. He was truly an amazing being. Just before the end, I had found MGTOW, and I was in the middle of downloading red pills as fast as I could, and suddenly my purpose, my passion for male liberation from gynocentrism and disposability was ignited with a zealous fervor. You see, for a long time, I was simply done with everything. Females, humanity, everything. And I said that I was only existing because Zeus needed me, and that when he was gone, I had no purpose. If you believe in a higher order to existence, it would appear he held on just long enough for me to get energized with a new purpose for living once he was gone. If there is a God, he, she, it needs to be fired. They have totally failed the human male by programming both sexes with gynocentric tendencies, knowing darn well this would lead to male abuse, devaluation, and expendability. This would mean that God intentionally created males to be a lesser creature of burden. Thus, males are not loved as females in the eyes of God. A God that would willingly allow his male children to be used and abused by his ovary-equipped favorites, and tore apart by other males as they fight for God's ovary-equipped favorites. Also, I see that many adhere to evolution to satisfactorily explain our susceptibility to gynocentrism, because we cannot reconcile male disposability with an all-loving creator. Me? I make room for both. I think there is a higher reality, which could spark life into existence in the material world. Then this creation develops according to its own devices, aka evolution. Yes, I am completely comfortable with higher power and evolution or materialist science coexisting. Neither is mutually exclusive to explain the reality of this three-dimensional existence. It is not oxymoronic, and it makes more sense than either polarized explanation of reality, namely the extreme explanations of either science or religion. Still, if there is a God, God's only saving grace to the injustice he, she, it has saddled human males with is the inclusion of a creature that is capable and willing to unconditionally love the human male. And this is the dog. One reason I am a liberation warrior is because Zeus carried my defeated, broken heart until I was strong enough to do it on my own. We humans are so in love with ourselves, we think that we are the pinnacle of creation. Hence, we anthropomorphize everything, and so we imagine that angels are humanoid in form. Yet, I wonder, do we have that all wrong? Maybe the divine helpers and harbingers of love that we label as angels, maybe they are not human appearing at all. Maybe they actually walk on four paws, have cold noses and warm hearts, and answer to names like Sparky or Buster. Maybe it is animals that kiss our collective hurts. Maybe the love of animals is the band-aid that hold our hearts together as we try and learn how to love one another. Translated into human speak, that means, my friends, my brothers, stand with me, live free.